ladies, one more time. If you're on birth control, please hold up the thumbs up.
The
okay?
green.
The green.
Show Myron green.
Throw it up, because I'm literally taking the numbers
Ladies,
right now.
keep it up, please.
For the
Keep it
audience.
up,
Okay.
keep it up, keep it up.
Okay, so Miss London, that's a no. Pixie, yes. Paige, yes. Amy, no. Lexi, no. Jazz, yes. Gabby, no. Sky, yes. Jade, no. And Candy, no. Or Candace, no. Okay. All right. Did anyone want to say something about it?
Super chat.
Oh, okay. Well,
Raise it up again.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, like, there's a lot of reasons why somebody might be on birth control. Like, personally for me, like, my cycle was going crazy. I was having really strong periods. It was getting in the way of me functioning, going to work, going to school, doing anything once a week, every month. Like, so it helped regulate it. It helped take away a lot of the problems I had. And honestly, I'm as successful and has gone as far as I have today because of that.
Can I respond, Chris?
Go for it.
I would say, like, all the issues you were having, the problems you might have been having, totally legitimate.
Yeah.
But there are more natural ways to combat that than getting on hormone birth control. Like, in America, they have a problem where they will prescribe you drugs, like doctors in particular. And this is not your fault, by the way, not your fault. But the medical system in the USA has a habit of prescribing drugs that are prescription drugs that are continuously taking to try to fix a problem you have because they make a profit on it.
Yeah.
And I think you would have been able to fix the whatever the problems, issues, whatever you have
naturally,
very naturally through diet, nutrition, and in a long-term context, rather than I take a pill right now and it feels better, versus I adjust these things in my lifestyle and nutrition over the next 3 to 6 months, and I see the same result, but I see that result forever, right? And I'm not dependent on a pharmaceutical drug.
Yeah.
So that's all I would say.
Personally, I got a hormonal IUD because I didn't want to take a pill constantly. I agree that there's like many different ways to do it. It's just what's worked best for me. So I think it depends.
Anybody else want to, talk about their birth control, I guess? No,
yes.
I know. There's a bunch of reasons why, and like some girls might feel the need to like, okay, well, this is why, etc. So you go ahead. Did you?
Yeah, I have two things. So one, I did read that the pill is a listed carcinogen for the FDA, which I think is really unfair for women's health because men want to be nutting in women, but it's so like the most accessible one is literally a carcinogen. And I know everything is carcinogenic.
Is a condom a carcinogen?
No, but I mean, those are what, like 70-something% effective?
Well, condoms are more than 70%.
Condoms are way more effective
than 70%.
Ever since, sorry to interrupt you, but ever since, you guys are the stats guys, right? So if I'm incorrect in what I'm saying, these two will correct me, please, and please do. But from my understanding, ever since birth control was put in the hands of women, basically the advent of chemical birth control, aka the pill, right? Prior to that, the only form of birth control we really had, we're talking USA, right, was the condom. And that was predominantly meant to be the man's responsibility. So the man had a condom in his wallet, in his pocket, whatever. The man had the control on whether or not this was, protective sex or not. After that, when women got the pill, the rates of, if I'm wrong, please correct me, the rates of unwanted pregnancies skyrocketed. Am I incorrect or not? Please correct me. Because that's what I've heard.
I don't know.
Well, using two forms is obviously, it's compounding them would increase the effectiveness, but I still, sorry, I'm trying to gather my thoughts.
Let me guess. Are you allergic to condoms?
No, I personally am not.
Okay.
Some women are.
I heard men are
Which is
too.
why I should say Skin, SKYN, is one of the best condom brands you can buy because they go in large sizes for guys like this.
Yeah, that's right.
And they're non-latex condoms.
BBW.
Lots of women are actually allergic to latex, and that prevents them to want to use condoms. But condoms are very, very effective.
Well, I've heard
Incredibly effective.
for some guys they're allergic, but some they're not.
The only
It's more
stat-
women than men.
The only stats that I know of is that, okay, because there's a lot of different birth control methods for women right now. I mean, it was something like, what, 23 or 32, something like that. There's a lot of birth controls. And by the way, there's also different pills too. So there's there's different varieties of those pills. So one's based on progesterone, one's based on another one. I think it's like luteinizing hormone or something like that. I forget. So there's when we talk about the pill, there's more than one pill. So it depends on what you're using. So is one a carcinogen? I don't know. I would have to look that up. But I do know that the most common one that is prescribed is usually when a woman is much younger. So I was going to ask you, Pixie, how old are you now?
I'm 24.
And when did you start birth control?
I got it when I was like 22, 21, around there.
Okay, so was it because you were sexually active then, or what? Or like would you? Because you mentioned that, and I don't mean to get too personal, but you mentioned that you got on it because you wanted it to regulate your periods. Why was it at 22 rather than like 14?
Well, a big part of that had to do with like my parents. They didn't feel comfortable with me getting it so young. And also just like when it comes to like the American healthcare system, like traversing that with insurance can be a big pain. So it took me quite a while to like figure all of that out. And then it also got to a breaking point where I was like juggling all my studying, doing work, everything like that. And I was like, okay, I have to get my health in priority. I can't keep off-putting this. I just have to do it.
So it's just logistics and being pragmatic about it. Now you said you have an IUD form of it. Okay, so it's not technically not.
Because I've heard a lot of girls give that reason why. Do the rest of you? Is that for the rest of you? Is that why like periods were just too painful and getting in the way of like life and doing things for like the girls that are on?
No.
No, but it made it better.
Well, she needs it for sure.
I like getting nutted.
Dude, I've heard so many reasons they literally prescribe it for acne. Did you guys know that? So if a girl has bad acne, they will prescribe it to regulate her. I completely agree with what you're saying about how everything is very overprescribed here, but we also come from like a socialist healthcare system where it's very different. So the disparity is like crazy.
But because of that, but we can see the disparity.
Literally for like a month, and I hated it. It literally, I felt a noticeable change in my mood and how I was, and I didn't even last a month.
I'm just curious, as like the people, the girls that are on, like when did you start? Like what age did you start?
We can start here with Miss Puerto Rico. And you're in a long-term relationship, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't want to have kids,
but
right?
it might have been
Exactly.
before that. Though.
But it's also dangerous, though.
No, I actually met my man at 18, and that's when I got on
That's
it.
when you started.
At 18,
And how long have you been together?
5 years, and I'm still currently on
So
it.
the danger here, unfortunately, is that women make very, very different. Like, so you were on birth control when you met him?
No,
after?
after we started becoming sexually active.
That's fantastic. Good.
Okay.
Because women make drastically different choices in partners when they're on birth control than when they're off birth control.
Oh.
That's
Interesting.
one of the main reasons why divorce rates are so high. Like, if you're on birth control as a woman, it's affecting your hormones, it's affecting your estrogen, whatever. It's making you feel like you're pregnant artificially, basically. And so you adapt to that, and you'll make choices. Your choice in partner adapts to that. So usually what happens is a woman will get on birth control from some other partner, and then she'll keep doing it, and she'll date outside of that guy. You know, she'll divorce him or break up with him. And she'll keep going around, and then she'll get with a guy, decide to have kids with him, and when she gets off birth control, she will break up with him because she no longer finds him attractive. Because birth control will drastically change how you perceive guys.
I never heard of that, but that's interesting. That's good to know.
But you did it correctly though.
Yeah.
You were with him before you started, which is a green flag. So
Okay.
good luck for you.
I'll take that.
Have kids, get married. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
And then for you, you said you just want to get nut in, right?
I was on it since 19.
decision.
You said professional decision?
Speak into the mic.
Yeah, I got on it when I was like 19.
Okay. And then what about you? Was it for professional reasons or?
So I actually got on it when I was with my very first boyfriend. So,
okay.
Yeah. And I just stayed on it because I didn't want to have to go back to having the cramps. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so you're not fucking?
No.
I figured.
Cross cap, bro. Well, actually, no. I don't believe it. Man.
Makes sense.
All right. Fantastic.